Well, it's absolutely lovely today to have Sian Dalua, who is a published author, herbalist, formulator, and scientist on the channel today. And we're going to be chatting about why natural is making a comeback and also the work that she's done for Rare Earth Oils, which has been doing really high quality natural products.
That's right, indeed. Quite unique products too.
They are absolutely beautiful. So I'm very excited to be talking to you today about your background and how you came up with these products too, and why people are turning to natural these days, because I think there is a big move towards the natural and people want to be well.
Indeed, they do. And I mean, full tribute to scientific medicine and doctors.
Yeah.
They do some great stuff, but they certainly can't give us wellness, really. They are trained for something's gone wrong. We use medicine as a Band-Aid, and that medicine often works, but they're not trained to look at the whole picture of the liver's connected to the gallbladder, and the gallbladder helps the stomach and all of that. So I think in an ideal world we would have doctors and herbalists and naturopaths working together. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, that's right. I really agree with that, because even if you're well, you can still have a car accident, can't you? And you can still break your arms and you can still have a head injury, even if you're well. But it's all these chronic diseases and all these chronic illnesses that I think maybe the wellness industry can help a lot with. What do you think?
I agree. I guess I have one reservation with the wellness industry in general. So much of the wellness industry is based on profit, not integrity.
Yeah.
It's a massive industry. Paltrow's made $250 million from her Goop channel with no real training, no background in science, just, do this or do that.
Yeah.
And it's so confusing for people now, because with all the social influencers that also a lot of them have no training, a lot of misinformation is going around, and it's quite frustrating for us practitioners that really, really care about getting people well.
And you do have that science background too, which is really impressive, because you've got all the knowledge about the herbs, but then you bring in that science too, which allows you to have those skills and knowledge to be a formulator for a company like Rare Earth Oils.
Correct, yeah. I really value my science degree. It's given me such a solid base to then step into natural medicine. I was raised on natural medicine, so it's very natural for me to keep going with that. But I'm very happy that I've got the science degree to back up my knowledge and to understand the chemistry of what's going on. And, for example, did you know that 90% of vitamins are synthetic, made in a laboratory, not extracted from food?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this topic. I don't know much about it, but I have heard. So tell me what you know about vitamins, because I take a multivitamin.
Okay, I guess I want to share a bit of my personal journey as well. In my 30s, I got chronic fatigue.
Okay.
I was a scientist and clinical psychologist and herbalist. And back then, the medical profession did not believe it was a real illness. They thought it was in your head. I can assure you it was a real illness. I was extremely ill for about 5 years. And what got me better was kinesiology, herbalism, and understanding certain things about herbal and vitamin products. So with vitamins, every molecule in the universe spirals clockwise or anti-clockwise. Synthetic vitamins spiral this way. Organic vitamins from food spiral in the opposite direction. It's called dextrose or rotary dextrose, which tells you which way the molecule is moving. Since the body does not recognize clockwise as a food because it isn't, and it doesn't absorb it, but it will 100% absorb a natural vitamin from a natural food. So with synthetic vitamins, your toilet is getting really, really healthy, but you are not. So unfortunately, a lot of the big brands out there that everyone is going and buying vitamins, they're not going to get the benefit. And I know a lot of doctors say vitamins don't work. They're correct if they're talking about synthetic vitamins. And there's very few companies that do food extracted vitamins and minerals.
Because they're probably very expensive.
They
Or
cost a
more
bit more. They
expensive.
definitely cost more, but
Yeah.
they actually work. So
Yeah.
they're actually cheaper than spending all your money on synthetic vitamins that are only going to make the companies richer and do nothing for you.
What a pity. That's really alarming, and to think that. I took a multivitamin obviously during pregnancy and now that I'm breastfeeding. And do you know what companies do food extracted vitamins?
I've been out of the game for a little while, but
Yeah.
I know there's one called NeoLife.
Okay. Yeah.
NeoLife, NeoLife.
Okay.
They've been functioning since the 1950s.
Okay.
You can get them in Australia through a distributor,
Yeah.
and they are 100% food source vitamins. And they're one of the reasons I got better from chronic fatigue, because I actually started taking the real thing.
Right.
And I'm sure that maybe some watching this do know of other food source vitamins,
Yeah.
but I've been using that company in my clinic for 40 years,
Yeah.
and they're great. I see the effect. And in fact, I used to think I should call my clinic the last resort,
Yeah.
because by the time someone came to me, they'd been to the doctor, they'd been to the traditional naturopaths, they'd read Google, they'd blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so by the time they came to me, they were extremely cynical when I say you need vitamin C to get your white blood cells fighting infection. They'd go, I've already tried vitamin C. And I'd have to go through the whole explanation of synthetic versus natural vitamins. And then they trusted me enough to take the natural vitamins, and they got better.
Yeah.
So it's very distressing. And by the time the clients came to me, they'd probably spent $4,000 or $5,000 on natural wellness supplements that were never going to work in the first place.
Yeah.
So it can also unfortunately put people off natural medicine. It's not working, but there's a reason it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not natural medicine, it's profit.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a real shame. Like, and it probably goes for other wellness products too. Like you've got essential oils with rare earth oils. You've got because I do remember you did say something in our earlier communications about chemical perfumes and the problem with those, because I do have some of your products here, and I have to say they smell absolutely amazing. Like, you could actually open one of these tubs and just have it in the house and you would never need an incense stick. Like, they're absolutely beautiful. So these are totally natural. There's nothing synthetic.
100%.
Yeah.
The aroma you're smelling is 100% pure essential oils.
Yeah.
Even the essential oil industry is another profit-driven industry. There's different ways of extracting the oils.
Mm-hmm.
The cheapest way is they extract science has caught up with herbalism and natural medicine. I can look up the chemical ingredients of any essential oil or any herb, a total breakdown of it all. And we can prove what those chemicals do. So anyone who understands science can't argue that natural products don't contain active ingredients. But with essential oils, if they're extracted, they use chemicals from the petroleum industry to extract the chemicals that are the active aromas. Usually within an hour, the smell has totally disappeared from your diffuser. The only way to have pure oils that are strong is steam distillation, which is extracting it with steam. And the newest method is called CO2 extraction, which means they put the raw herb in a big chamber, they pump it full of carbon dioxide so the pressure's really, really high, and the oil just trickles out. And it's the most stunning oil because it hasn't been touched by heat. They're the only two oils that you're actually legally allowed to call organic. All the other extraction methods are not okay. And we have many customers who have been going to multi-million-dollar essential oil companies coming to us and saying, why are your oils so strong? Why do they last so long in the diffuser? I don't know what to say, because they're pure. They're steam distilled and organic. They're not extracted with chemicals. And what's really alarming that customers would never know is that China, Australian government gave China the right to sell tea tree and eucalyptus oil. And China is now supplying fake tea tree and eucalyptus oil. And it's so prevalent that the tea tree oil farmers up in my area in Far North Queensland can't sell their genuine product.
Oh, that is shocking.
Oh, it's terrible. They extract certain chemicals from pine trees because they've got lots of pine trees. They chuck other chemicals in and call it tea tree oil or eucalyptus oil. And yet again, now they won't work when you use them. And then people will think natural medicine doesn't work. It's not natural medicine. It is greed.
Oh, that's a real shame, because you've got some beautiful essential oils that you've sent us, and I'm actually interested in the antiviral one. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about the antiviral one? Because obviously it's cold and flu season now, but also we've just gone through the pandemic. Oh, there it is, yeah.
We developed that when COVID came along.
Right, yeah.
It's a combination of eucalyptus, fir needle and tea tree.
Mm-hmm.
They're the three of the 4 top antiviral oils.
Yeah.
And they kill viral and bacterial spores by dissolving the outer membrane of the cell.
Beautiful.
Dead.
Yeah.
We had a woman, a 70-year-old woman with a 2-month viral pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing could touch it. She did steam inhalation with this for a week and the viral pneumonia was gone.
Fantastic.
We had a woman who had a 10-year bacterial infection too, that were antibiotic resistant.
Yeah.
So she was permanently on antibiotics, destroying her immune system, and they weren't working.
Yeah.
So she just got sicker and sicker. 1 month of steam inhalation on this, all the bacterial infections were gone. So what's interesting is with antibiotics, apart from the scary fact they're about to stop working, is that nature seems to develop resistance to man-made antibiotics, but they never develop resistance to natural antibiotics. Yeah. So we should always do first step, try the natural. Of course, if you have a severe infection, you must get antibiotics, but natural medicine should be the first step to try before you go down that route. Because I'm sure most people know now that antibiotics destroy the probiotics in your gut. Yeah. And that is 70% of your immune system comes from your gut probiotics. So you're literally destroying your immune system. Yeah. By taking the very thing you need to get well.
So we've obviously got a 6-month-old son who's going to daycare once a week. So he's bringing home all the bugs. So we've been getting a cold pretty much every week, a new virus. So talk me through actually how do you use it? So you get an oil diffuser.
So there's 2 types of diffusers that are out and about now.
Yeah.
This one is, you put water in.
Yeah.
There's a top. Don't fill it above the mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then you simply turn it on and it will diffuse the oil into the air.
Oh,
there's no heat. There's no heat involved in this. You know the old-fashioned tea light candles?
Yep.
That heats it up and compromises the oil as well.
Right.
This is a sonic vibration.
Oh.
So you just fill it up, put 5 drops of the oil in, turn it on, and steam. It looks like steam coming out, but it's not hot. A child could touch it and it's cold.
Oh, right. So it's
So it's called
it's
a water diffuser.
vibration.
Yeah, it's a sonic vibration.
Oh,
There's no
fantastic.
heat.
That's
So
great.
that's one way to, and then you're breathing it in all the time,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
that gets into your nose and your lungs and
Yeah.
helps you fight infection. Plus, for people with asthma, eucalyptus oil kills dust mites.
Oh,
So if you have asthma, you should
Mm.
have this going in your home to clear out the dust mites.
That's perfect. So you
The
can.
other,
Oh, yeah.
sorry,
Sorry.
go.
Well, I was just
The
going to
other
say
type,
that. Sorry. I was just going to say that other diffuser would be safe enough for our son's nursery because there's no heat or
absolutely.
candles. Perfect. Yep.
There's a plug to plug it in,
Yep.
and it's on a timer. And
Yep.
if it runs out of water, it turns itself off.
Perfect.
And if you touched it, it's cold when it's running. There's no heat involved.
Perfect.
So it'd be perfect in your son's room at night
Yeah.
while he's sleeping.
Yeah,
to help him get over that. Yeah. And the other thing you can do is use our chest rub.
Yes, we've got some of this too.
Send him to preschool with the chest rub on his chest and a little bit under his nose.
Yep.
And it will really help. Because
so
the first few days of a viral infection, there's only a few spores living in your nose the first day or so. While they multiply, they sit there before they... So if you really hit it hard at the very beginning, there's a good chance you can reduce the effects of the flu or virus.
And the warmth of your body warmth will just kind of diffuse the oil.
You'll actually get inhale the benefits for at least 6 hours after you put it on.
Oh, great. Oh, fantastic.
So that's the other way to help. And then for grown-ups, we make this.
Yes. I've got...
knocks your socks off. It's the same oils that are in the chest rub, but it's a direct inhalation of essential oils for grown-ups. It's really strong.
Yeah.
Great for asthma relief. And it's like the best protection. If you're out and about and someone sneezes, then all those viral spores are flowing through the air. You breathe it in. But if you immediately do that for a couple of minutes, you'll kill those spores before they start to multiply.
Fantastic. And how long does this last for? How many?
Can you believe 2 years?
Wow.
As long as you keep the lid on tight so that it doesn't evaporate.
Yeah. Oh, great.
So, take it off and stick it up and away you go.
That's great. That's absolutely fantastic. So how did you guys go through the pandemic? Did you use these essential oils and antiviral products yourself to help you through? Yeah. Because we got hit by COVID. We've had COVID and we've been vaccinated, but then we got COVID after the vaccination. So everyone...
Well, I have it burning in this next to the counter where we work. So it's got like a little bubble of protection.
Yeah.
Even our local medical centre had our virus shield going at their reception desk in the beginning.
Great.
Because it kind of creates a bubble where the virus is going to die.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
So the other sort of diffuser is called a waterless diffuser. And all it is, you just screw the bottle in.
Oh.
With no water. It's rechargeable, so you can, once it's charged, you can put it anywhere, even in your car.
Yep.
And then on the top here, it has a timer for how long you want it to go and how many seconds on and off.
Oh, right.
And most customers are concerned, like, oh, does it use more essential oils than the water one? No, because it goes on and off. And it's called a nebulizer because it makes a finer particle and penetrates further into the room.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to buy one online, it's called a waterless diffuser.
Yeah. And how is that operated? Is it battery powered or
it's the USB charge?
USB charger, sure. Yep.
And then, so you can have it plugged in, it'll work continuously, or if you unplug it, it'll work for 10 hours without any power source.
Wow. Yep. Okay.
So they're the two ways to use essential oils in the air, which is a brilliant way to use them.
Yep.
Or in your bath. So if you got sore muscles or the flu, in the bath, you can actually make a compress. So if you've got a headache or something, hot water, essential oils, squeeze the towel, put it over the area that's in trouble.
Yep.
So there's lots and lots of different ways you can use essential oils.
What about directly on your skin? Can you pop a bit behind your ear, or just like perfume, or on your wrist, or just so you can smell it throughout the day?
You absolutely can. There are some essential oils that are too
Strong.
They'll burn your skin.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Like peppermint oil, can't use it more than 1% on your skin,
Okay.
and clove oil, you can't use it more than 1%. Oregano oil, which is an amazing antibacterial, you cannot use directly. Well, the literature says you cannot use it directly on your skin because it will burn.
Mm.
But I had a customer in the other day who said, you can't use that on your skin directly. He went, well, I do. I use it on all my skin cancers and they all go away.
What?
I went, oh, okay. I said, does it burn? He went, yeah, but it's worth it.
So it literally
So,
burns it away. Wow.
yeah, all the solar keratosis and all those sort of ones, they're gone, he says. I haven't tried it myself, but yeah, that's just a tidbit. The essential oils, a lot of people come in and say, because the multi-billion-dollar companies are telling people they can take them internally.
Right.
It's actually illegal. The TGA will not. It's illegal to say that in Australia.
Okay.
Because what people don't understand is just because something's natural doesn't mean it's not strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because it's natural doesn't mean you can just chuck it down your throat.
Yeah.
And in fact, Netflix did a series called Unwell, and the first one was on the essential oil companies.
Right. I think I saw that advertised. Yeah, I can go back and have a look.
And these companies were encouraging their clients to take them internally every day, and they all developed allergies to the essential oils because this is like, I don't know, 5,000 leaves of eucalyptus oil in one bottle.
Wow.
So, it's incredibly powerful medicine.
Yeah.
And I think people just think they're aromas.
But they can actually do things.
Yeah, they're medicine.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
are for pleasure, but they're also medicine.
Yeah.
In general, the flower essential oils are great for women and hormonal balance.
Oh, yep.
And depression and anxiety.
Interesting.
The leafy oils in general are quite medicinal, like oregano, eucalyptus. We also make what's called a lemon-scented eucalyptus, which is one of the most powerful antibacterial, antifungal, antivirals on the planet.
Oh,
it's so powerful. Yep. And we hand harvest our oils from the wild. We have a portable still on a trailer. We take it to the forest. We make the oil. We bring it back to our lab in far north Queensland. So we had this tested by James Cook University, this lemon-scented eucalyptus.
Yep.
And they'd been testing from all over the world because there's now an amazing insect repellent you can make through converting this. And they said ours had the highest levels of active ingredients of any in the whole world.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're pretty proud of that.
Congratulations. That's absolutely fantastic. So it must take a lot of effort and skill to extract that so that it's so high in its active ingredients, I imagine.
It does. I think we do such a careful job of extracting and purity. We're very committed to purity. But this is indigenous to this area. This is where it originally comes from.
Right.
So I think it really likes it here. It likes growing on dry ridges. It's a bit of a bugger to collect, but, anything for our customers to give it great products. Sometimes we collaborate with farmers around here. We collaborate with a farmer to make this lime.
Oh, beautiful.
And we often work on tribal First Nations people land when we can. We work in partnership.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yep. The muscle rub, speaking of medicine, things that really work. My hubby's been he's got quite a sore back because he carries our son in what's called a Stokey, like it's, you know, the harness at the front, a Stokey brand that we've got, and his lower back has really been. So I've been putting this on. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Like he's like just yeah, like he can't get enough of it basically. Like it's genuinely helping him.
I've designed it to stop nerve pain and inflammation,
Yeah.
muscle pain, reduce inflammation, boost circulation, and relax tight muscles. So I've designed it to do all of that because so much circulation is vital to things recovering and getting better.
Yeah.
And when things are really sore, they become tight and inflammation happens.
Yeah.
So just by getting the circulation really boosted to the area really helps the body. I've got a herb in there called hypericum. Most people know it as St. John's wort oil.
Oh, yeah.
St. John's wort. But everyone knows the leaf. This is not the leaf. The leaf is for depression. The leaf is nothing to do with the oil, which has been used since about the 16th century in Europe by monks.
Oh,
and it's the oil comes from the flower of the plant, so nothing to do with the leaf.
oh.
And it's been known to stop nerve pain and inflammation forever. It's been used. I have anti-inflammatories in there like black pepper, essential oil, eucalyptus. So I've kind of addressed every form of pain in the one formula. I actually made it for my own neck. Being older, I've got arthritis in the top of my neck and it was giving me a lot of pain. I went out and tried other products and they either burnt me and I had to rush to the shower to wash it off, or they did nothing. So I thought I'm going to have to invent my own, and that's how the balm started. And I have not used a painkiller for 10 years since I started using this on my neck. And recent x-rays showed there'd been no further deterioration, osteoarthritis deterioration, since I'd started using it. Because it's boosting the circulation and reducing inflammation, it's allowing it to stay healthier. And it works. I've even impressed myself. I got an email from Germany that it worked on irritable bowel pain. It works on period pain. It works on fibromyalgia. And I can say that truthfully because I've stood here in front of the customer in the shop using it with all those conditions. And within 10 minutes, you should see their face when their pain's gone.
Wow.
Even we had one woman who came in and said, I've got a really sore shoulder. I had to have an operation, got an infection. For a year now, I haven't been able to drive. I haven't been able to lift my arm even that much. And I rubbed it on and we were chatting, and then she started talking, and then she started gesticulating and talking, and her daughter went, Mom, you're using your arm. She went, oh, my God.
Wow.
It's hilarious when men come in with gout in their knees. They put it on, and then within 2 minutes they go, it's working. And then the wife laughs, and then the man says, no, I'm serious.
Oh, right. Wow.
So it works on any pain from any cause.
That's fantastic, because I get sore knees. I think it's mainly I sit breastfeeding a lot, our son at the moment. And so by the end of the night, they're actually aching. So I'll start using, because I didn't really think of the sort of bony areas for the muscle rub. I've been using it on my husband's back, but you're saying that it could help with bony areas as well, just by boosting the circulation. Oh, this is the healing balm. Sorry, we can talk about this too, yeah. But no,
yeah, we will.
Rub. Yeah. So
for any form of pain from any cause.
Yeah, great.
Done and dusted, and you can stop taking all the ibuprofens and all of those things that actually have side effects.
Yes, I do. Yes, that is very true. Yeah.
And it's interesting the approach science has. Like they say vitamin C, like if you check the vitamin C in an orange or kiwi fruit or rosehip, it's got what are called cofactors in there, bioflavonoids and other stuff. Scientists say, oh, that's inactive ingredients. You only need the pure ascorbic acid, right? No, Mother Nature's done that for a reason, and we should trust that and use the whole thing. Yes, but I feel enormously blessed that I've been able to help so many people with their pain. It's not fun living with pain.
People have said that they'd rather be in a wheelchair and pain-free than be able to walk with pain.
Absolutely. You
Pain
know,
is torture.
People, it's not only people my age. Obviously, aging is not fun. But
we
there
all
are ways
do.
to it. And this, the muscle rub is an absolute, you know, arthritis in the fingers. When we first started, I did everything in the lab, and I was putting 1,000 essential oil lids on.
Yeah.
I ended up with such severe RSI, I couldn't move my hands. They were all swollen and inflamed. And I used this and this.
Yep. So
even at my age, look, totally cured.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Wow. So what the Bruised Balm. You were using the Bruised Balm on your
and the rub together, yeah.
I
was using both.
Oh wow, together.
Okay. For severe chronic injury, you need both, because the Bruised Balm contains a herb called arnica, and it's so well known. It is crazy about boosting the circulation just under the skin. And then if you add rosemary, which is in there also, they synergistically work together to really boost circulation. I slammed my thumb in the car door quite hard. I put the Bruised Balm on. I put the Bruised Balm on straight away, and there was nothing, no injury.
Wow.
My granddaughter fell through the slats of a bunk bed, and all around me was really swollen, and she was crying.
Yeah.
We put the Bruised Balm on. Quarter of an hour later, she's running around with no injury.
Oh, that's great.
Not exaggerating. So
yeah. Oh, that's powerful.
The power of her. Yeah.
Yeah, that is powerful.
And then our healing balm is for the skin.
Yes.
It contains natural herbal extracts that boost collagen and elastin growth. So if you have a cut or a graze, it will heal up quickly without scarring.
Yep.
It's a very traditional formula to relieve eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. And we've had a lot of excellent feedback about that. It will stop the itchiness of an itchy insect bite. It will stop an itchy rash. It's brilliant for nappy rash, and as a barrier for stopping the baby getting nappy rash. It stops burns, sunburn. It's anything for the skin.
You know what I've been using it for? My son, because he's 6 months old, you know how babies get the folds around their neck? This has been brilliant. And also, I actually thought the other night, because I had a blepharoplasty done, just an upper blepharoplasty done with a Paliv device. So it was a radio frequency device where they cut a little bit of the excess skin there, and then it's stitched up. And that was actually quite recent. That was only about 8 weeks ago or so. And I've been using a product called, I think it's Scar Therapy. It's a gel ointment that you put on scars, but it sounds like I could actually put this on.
That would be fantastic for the healing, yes.
Perfect.
After any operation, once you can put things on, that will be brilliant, because it promotes collagen and elastin growth.
Yeah.
The skin regenerates really well.
What about as a face cream? Could you actually use it as a moisturizer?
You could, but of course I've gone a step further.
Yeah. So I know this is beautiful. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law were staying up here, and I brought this around to show my sister-in-law because she's doesn't have a huge range. They went to Indota Spa here in Surfers Paradise, and they showed them all their products. I showed her this, and she actually tried some, and she said it smells better than any of the things that they showed her in the spa.
That's right, because the only fragrances in there are from essential oils.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm very proud of this product. It does not even have chemical preservatives.
Wow. And the texture is so nice. Like, it's light as a feather, and it's so
because it's all ingredients, not just full of wax.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, even in the tropics where I live, if you put it on your skin and then sweat half an hour later, you are not wiping the product off because it's gone in.
It's gone in.
If you're wiping the product off when you're sweating, it's a waste of money. The secret to anti-aging skin is not collagen. It is antioxidants. Most of our damage comes from the sun and environmental pollution, etc.
Yeah.
It's antioxidants that stop that damage, not collagen growth.
Right. Okay.
So it's actually very challenging for a company like us that have purpose in staying in integrity.
Yeah.
Have purpose in selling 100% natural and are committed to never exposing people to dangerous chemicals.
Yeah.
We don't have the marketing budget of the big guys.
Yeah.
And many people are just in a habit with their skincare. It's actually a very challenging product to sell, believe it or not.
Wow.
Even though I've got really precious oils, the latest buzz is sea buckthorn oil, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Rosehip, cucumber, avocado oil. I've got the 2 top antioxidants in the whole world in there to prevent the aging. I've got hyaluronic acid. It's just packed full.
Do you think this product, if you're using it regularly, can it help your skin cell, your skin barrier as well? Obviously you need to wear sunscreen and all that, but just give you some protection against the environmental stresses that we have.
That's what the antioxidants are for.
Antioxidants do,
to protect you from the damage from the sun.
Yeah.
Because really, sun does most of the damage.
Yeah.
The parts of my body, I've got wrinkles, right? The parts of my body that have not seen the sun do not have wrinkles. It's pretty simple.
All of us, yes, all of us are in that position. Our backsides.
So antioxidants are the buzzword for protecting the skin from all that damage.
Oh, interesting. And you can use this morning and night, obviously, under makeup, under sunscreen. Yeah, yep. No, it's beautiful. Until I spoke to you, I didn't know about the ingredients in it. All I knew was that it smells out of this world and it feels, it's unbelievably beautiful to use.
And that smell is all beneficial essential oils for your skin. They have a purpose as well.
Yeah.
And you're not inhaling and putting chemical fragrances on your body, which if you look at the science of chemical fragrances, they cause cancer and they cause hormone disruption.
Yeah, let's
full stop. That's what they do. And when I had chronic fatigue, if I walked down the laundry aisle, cleaning aisle in the supermarket, I would instantly get ill. And it was from all the chemical fragrances oozing out of the soap powders and cleaning products, right?
Yeah.
They're in our washing clothes. They're in our washing up. They're in our cleaning products for our home. We use them as perfume. We are smothered in chemical fragrances and they are toxic to human life.
Yeah.
And that's another reason that my son and daughter-in-law started the business Rare Earth Oils, because they were aware of this and wanted to offer people healthy, beautiful alternatives that actually supported your wellness instead of giving you cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm really distressed for all the young women. The level of endometriosis is crazy compared to when I was young.
Yeah.
You never heard of it then. And the infertility rates are going up.
Yes, they are.
For men and women.
Yes, they are.
And it's very possible that is largely from chemical fragrances which smother it in. You can even get contact dermatitis from the chemical fragrances in your clothes from washing them.
Oh, interesting, because my son has got very sensitive skin and he sometimes gets really inflamed cheeks. And it seems to have been because he's been rubbing on some clothing or something that seems. And my nose actually responds quite badly to perfumes and deodorants and things like this. But I've had no problems at all with these, because it doesn't cause inflammation in my nose. It's perfect.
That healing balm will be brilliant for your son's cheeks.
Yes, yes, I will. We'll put it on for sure because when you have a child too, I've got two children, a 9-year-old and a 6-month-old. You really do think about what's going to be good for them and what's going to be good for the environment as well. Like,
and yourself. Like, do you want to
yeah.
give yourself cancer? Do you want to have hormone imbalances? No, get rid of chemical fragrances. In fact, myself and two other women are about to launch another company called Go Nude.
Oh, fantastic. Sounds good.
So 3 women from 3 different generations got together and decided to go nude.
Fantastic.
And it's 100% natural cleaning products that I have formulated. Perfect. And the other women are doing all the other parts of the business. So it has 100% natural cleaning ingredients and essential oils as the fragrance. That's it. You can purchase beautiful frosted glass spray bottles from us for your home. And then you will get the refills in dark brown glass bottles. So there's no plastic and there's no chemicals. And you know what? They clean better than all chemicals. And we'll be launching that in a month or so.
Oh, exciting. We could maybe do another Zoom interview about your products when they're out. How will they be distributed? Through Rare Earth Oils as well or through another website?
But we'll have our own website.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Go Nude. Go Nude, you know you want to.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's fantastic, Sian. Because I felt really guilty cleaning our toilet with, the bleachers and the
And people forget they go down into our waterways.
Yes, I don't forget. That's why I feel so guilty. Like I hate it. I don't forget. I do think of that. I don't like it at all. I am bothered by it. Yeah.
I'm an original Nimbin hippie. So I've been committed to the environment for 50 years.
Yeah.
It's always been so important to me, and I do everything I can for my grandchildren so that they will have a planet to live on in the future.
Yeah.
And so I guess this is part of my commitment to all the children and the environment.
Yeah.
Making these cleaning products and no plastic. Scientists are saying we're consuming, all of us, a credit card of plastic a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you know what plastic does? It mimics estrogen.
I've heard that.
It messes with our fertility and men's fertility, and it messes with all ocean creatures' fertility.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty important. And some of the things that contain plastic are tea bags because of the plastic seal.
Oh, right.
I feel like a harbinger of doom, but I have to speak the truth.
Yeah, right.
It's in honey if it's in plastic containers.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's in canned food.
Plastics
particularly canned tomatoes. Every can is lined with plastic.
Oh.
So you shift to glass or heat up your own lentils and it's in sea salt.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's easy to make the switch.
Yeah.
Get loose tea, buy tomatoes in glass.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much fish. Use rock salt. Yeah. There are ways we can mitigate it all. It's just really hard, someone like me having to continue to deliver all of this information. You honestly feel like, no one wants to hear all this because it can be so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it's not. One step at a time for you and the planet and your children.
Yeah.
One conversion,
I like that, one step at a time. Like I think that's a really good way of looking at it, because I did look at tins a little while ago and now we choose BPA free tins. But
that's the ones to
choose, yeah. But are they still lined with plastic?
Well, it means they're not lined with BPA plastic.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Possibly lined with another plastic that maybe doesn't break down, but I mean,
but
most tins,
best. Yeah.
Buy it in glass, then you can recycle the glass. Brown lentils, cook them. Only take 10 minutes instead of the can.
Yeah.
You'll save money. So you've actually saved on your budget and eating without plastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I know that all your young ones are so busy and overwhelmed. I understand that. And I've had children. I know what it's like. But I don't know. I guess it's just me. I raised both my children. They only ate organic food ever.
Oh, that's great.
And it cost a lot.
Yeah.
But they're 45 and 37 and they've never been sick.
Oh, that's
ever.
great. Yeah.
So I feel like it was my duty as a mum, and I feel it's my duty as a grandmother to now do what I can and spread the word.
Yeah.
But I don't want people to feel overwhelmed or give up. It's actually really simple, and you just take one step at a time.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you actually get into formulating products? Like, tell me, because all the complex ingredients and all the science and knowledge that you've put into these, how do you come up with something like this?
Well, after 50 years of working with herbs,
Yeah.
I can come up with them like that because I
Okay.
know what each herb does.
Yeah.
And I started formulating.
Yeah.
I started formulating because of ageism, to be honest.
Okay.
After nearly 40 years of having clinic in Byron Bay and Murwillumbah in northern New South Wales, I had some pretty intense life changes that happened to me, and I had to take some time out to recover. And my son was working with Indigenous people. And so I moved up to Cairns and had a career working with First Nations people for about 6 or 7 years, which was really rewarding and really challenging. It was also awesome. I love them there. So genuine and so down to earth and the best sense of humour ever. And I was working for an organisation that I can't name, but was so corrupt I had to stop. It was funded by the Australian government, let's say that, and others. They call themselves a charity. And then I could never get a job again, despite all of my qualifications, my clinical psychology, everything. They would take one look at my face and it was all over. And then they even started saying that my degrees were so long ago they were irrelevant and someone with a brand new degree from uni would be better.
Oh, that's a real
So because of ageism, I couldn't get employment anymore. And I didn't want to start a clinic again in my late 50s. So I thought, well, the only thing I've really got is my intellectual property. That's the only thing I have for sale now, my knowledge. And hence the balms. That's how it all started, with the formulating. And then people try them, and sometimes people want a formula for a formulation done and they contact me and I'll develop a formula for whatever it is they're wanting.
Wow.
But that does bring me to a subject of all herbs aren't herbs.
Yeah.
When you do your herbalism course, if it's taught correctly and not in a university funded by a herbal company, what you learn is that over thousands of years through experiential, you know how much you need to take of something for it to work as a medicine. If you don't take enough, it won't work. So we learnt the amounts to be taken on what's called a 1-to-1 liquid herbal formula, which means for every kilo of herb, you end up with 1 litre of liquid. So you add 1 litre liquid or oil, whatever, to the herb, let it soak in, take it out. There's your herb. Commonly alcohol is used. And so the dosage is very clear for 1-to-1 fluid extract, but the majority of liquid herbs are 1 in 2, 1 in 5, 1 in 6. So they're 6 times weaker or 5 times weaker, and the recommended dosage won't work. So I generally advise people to stay away from liquid herbs and go for simple is best, the powdered herb in a capsule. Now, the powdered herb will only contain the active ingredients if the herb's been grown in the right conditions, had enough water, have enough sun, or say arnica, it's up cold enough. Arnica, we couldn't grow it here in Australia. It has to be super cold to grow arnica. So a lot of the dried herbs that are purchased don't actually contain the active ingredients, and the companies don't care. So the herbal company that I would recommend, that I've used in my clinic for 40 years, and I'm not getting any money for saying this at all, it's called Nature Sunshine.
Nature Sunshine.
They're available in Australia. They're available on the internet. They have full integrity. They test every batch of powdered herb that comes in. If it doesn't have the active ingredient, they reject it. Okay. And a lot of the combination herbs were made by the herbalist who trained me, and I think he's the best herbalist in Australia.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nature Sunshine. Thanks for that. We'll look them up. Thanks.
They're brilliant. You can 100% trust.
Okay, yeah.
They have an amazing combination of 3 herbs for inflammation in the body and arthritis.
Yeah.
They have an amazing blend for the immune system. They're great. I'm sure there are some other companies out there that do that. It's just that I don't know about them.
Yeah, right. Because I'm just looking over at our herb rack, our spice rack. We've got, I think McCormack's.
No, I mean for
essential oils. Yeah. Okay.
No, dried herbs.
Oh, okay. Dried herbs that you're using for. Yeah.
Yeah, like echinacea or cat's claw or regardless or whatever.
Okay.
And what customers also need to know that, when a new trend comes through, turmeric, or I can't tell you how many cure-all products in the last 40 years have come through. No, there's not anything that cures everything. And turmeric is very poorly absorbed by the body. You only absorb about 10%. You have to take something called bioperine, which is an active extract from pepper, and then you'll absorb 100%. So turmeric isn't going to cut it on its own because it's not very absorbable. Collagen, it is a total waste of money to take collagen orally, because the collagen molecule, when you ask any scientist or doctor, it's a protein. Collagen is simply a protein. But the molecule is so big, it can't be absorbed through the small intestine. So it breaks down into different proteins that are not collagen to be absorbed.
Right.
So they're 2 really good examples of the wellness industry kind of leading people astray, not having the science to back it up, and then companies for profit making, how much money are companies making off selling you collagen capsules?
Oh.
And they know they don't work.
Millions, yeah, millions and millions of dollars, yeah. Oh, it's a real shame, yeah.
And the other thing the last thing I guess that I really, really want people to hear is that it's very distressing for me that most people are absolutely doing the best they get about probiotics now. They get that your gut determines so much about your health. 70% of your immunity comes from your gut. 1 dose of antibiotics, it's all gone. And what concerns me is medical doctors say, I'll take the probiotics with the antibiotics. No, the antibiotics will kill the probiotics. You're wasting your money. You wait until you've finished your antibiotics, right? Secondly, probiotics are a bacteria. They're just a good bacteria. The acid in your stomach is designed to kill bacteria on your food so you don't die of food poisoning or something.
Okay, yeah.
This acid in your stomach can't go, oh, wait up, that's a natural good bacteria. I won't kill that one. It can't do that.
Yeah.
So 90% of the probiotics get killed in your stomach before they even reach your small and large intestine. Probiotics do not live in your stomach. They live in the small and large intestine.
Right.
That's where they have to go. So your probiotic capsules, and only 5% of any almost no one does this. The probiotic capsule has to be what's called enteric or matrix coated. It's covered with a substance that won't open in the acid of your stomach. The
Oh.
small intestine is alkaline. It'll open in alkaline condition.
Oh, I see.
It's called target delivery technology.
Oh, perfect.
So it's only probiotics that are matrix coated and take no notice of what someone in the chemist or the health food shop tells you, because they are there to get paid a wage. They are not trained in science or this knowledge. So if you go in and go, oh, I heard blah, 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 they'll go, oh, no, it's all right. It's not all right. I can't tell you the number of people that are really consciously trying to rebuild gut health and are absolutely failing because they're using the wrong product. The company that I mentioned before, NeoLife, they have been selling enteric-coated probiotics since 1954.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Yep. I'm definitely going to look them up because I definitely need a good probiotic. Thank you so much.
And I've treated so many people with chronic fatigue and severe immunity damage. There's no way they can get well going out there believing in wellness and just buying what's on the shelf. What concerns me about current education of naturopaths is that they've been forced to go through universities, which is a whole other level of politics, shall we say. And they're really, really encouraging them to think in the medical model, which is that everything's isolated. The gallbladder has nothing to do with the liver. They won't influence each other. You know, the stomach's not connected to anything else. It's treatment in isolation, not looking at the whole being. And that medical model is not sufficient. We all know medicine can only do so much because it's not looking at that holistic view. And that's a big problem, I think. And on top of that, a lot of the courses are funded by a herbal or vitamin company that wants to skew the information. So the vitamin company is not going to tell naturopaths that synthetic vitamins don't work. The herbal company that supports the one term of herbs that naturopaths do in 3 years will not tell you that watered down liquid herbs don't work. So, and I've talked to young naturopaths that have come through the shop, and when I've tell them information about herbs and vitamins, they go, oh my God, they didn't tell me that. And I'll ask them, who funded your term with herbs? And they'll tell me the company, and I'll go, well, that's why. So I am concerned that yet again, corporate greed is just not caring about people genuinely getting well. And it's just so wrong.
Yeah. That is, it is. It's with everything, isn't it? It's the food industry. It's a health and wellness industry. It's every industry, isn't it, really?
Many, many, many years ago, when I used to, I had a clinic and I used to give free talks. I used to give a talk on the mercury in your teeth before anyone believed it.
Oh, yeah.
And mercury is such a volatile gas that every time you chew, it was being released as a gas into our body. And I would give a talk to the public about that, for example, and then people would come up to me afterwards and go, oh, the government would never let that happen. This can't be true.
Yeah.
The government did let it happen for many hundreds of years.
Yeah.
We can't trust big companies. We can't trust we have to be very discriminating. Yeah. And it's great to either go to somebody well-trained or do your research better or something, because it's time to stop people spending billions of dollars and giving them to multinational companies or Gwyneth Paltrow, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So sad.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Gwyneth has good intentions, but she doesn't have the training.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is true. There's so much information out there that it is hard to know who to believe in and who to trust. I think probably the best way to think about it is you've got returning customers. So they're trying your products. They're getting benefit from your products. They love your products. They come back. and then they're going to tell other people, aren't they? Because that's I guess the most powerful testament. But you know, it's just frustrating, I guess, when you see thousands and millions of people walking into pharmacies and buying things that don't work. And yeah,
it's very frustrating, and it's very upsetting for me, because when I had my clinic, they've probably spent $4 or $5 grand on products that haven't worked before they get to me.
Yeah.
And I find that really distressing. There's no need to, you'll have less profit margin from using the real thing, but you'll be helping people get better. Does that not matter?
Yeah. You know? Yeah, it does matter. It does matter, Sian. And yeah. And people are turning to natural and, you know, sort of these wellness products, I think, in desperation, because they do want to feel good and they do want to live well. And so I'm very much hoping that, you know, if we just keep working to spread the word about products that actually will help them, then once they do try something that really does work, and you know what, your body doesn't lie, does it? You can't dupe your body once you start using something, you know, it does know what's good.
No, it does. It accepts nature.
Mm.
And I mean, look at nature. How incredibly intelligent is nature?
Mm.
It's just been a whole lot of propaganda that natural medicine's been trashed for so long. Yeah. And I think because people have had enough of traditional medicine, because it's not actually working. I don't know any painkiller that works. Not really, and doesn't have serious side effects for withdrawal. And yet nature does, you know. And I mean, CBD oil, brilliant for pain and anxiety, and
I know,
brilliant.
Yeah, it's crime that it's taken so long to approve that, you know.
Absurd. It's just I'm about to. Are you there?
Yeah,
I'm just about to lose power.
Okay.
It's just that most people are not cynical enough about, is this true or is this just marketing?
Mm-hmm.
There's a company that I won't name that sold chemical fragrances. You plug them into the wall, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They're very threatened by the essential oils are taking over. People are waking up. And so now their ads imply infused with essential oils, infused with natural botanicals.
Oh, I see.
What does that mean exactly? Just your normal shopper is going to go, oh, great, it's natural. It's actually not.
Yeah, right.
Still chemical fragrances. It's just very cynical marketing.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today. Like, I really appreciate this information, and I absolutely cannot speak highly enough about these products. They are so beautiful, and you've done a great job, and this is a real treat. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, you've done a really good job. And
it's interesting. People's bodies know integrity.
Yes,
anyone that puts this on, they immediately feel it.
Yes.
So maybe the body doesn't lie, but everything out there does lie.
Yep. Well, we'll keep just you keep doing things with integrity, and I think people will stand up and notice. People will sit up and notice. They will see it. They will use it. They will love it. They will get the benefits. I think that's
well, thank you so much for this opportunity, Suvi. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your knowledge. It was so good to talk to you, and so good to meet you, and so good to learn more about rare earth oils, and just keep doing
it. Thank you.
They're absolutely beautiful. So worth it.
We're not going to give up. We're just going to keep going. We'll never be wealthy like Gwyneth Paltrow, but hey, we'll have our integrity.
Oh, exactly. And you'll help people, and that you can sleep at night knowing that.
Oh, it's great, because I'm naturally a healer, and although I'm too worn out for one-on-one anymore, I love that every day I'm sending people off with pain relief or better help with the flu or no more eczema, or the pleasure of essential oils. It feels like it's very rewarding.
To
be in this fulfilling.
For sure. Absolutely.
I really hope everyone that listens to this takes away everything I've warned them about and told them about, and takes really good care of themselves.
Thank you so much, Sian. Thank you. And thank you for helping us look after ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Suvi.
All right. You have a good
Bye.
afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.